Nearly 2,000 years ago, the Roman Empire stood as the single most dominant power on Earth. Its legions stretched across vast continents, its roads and aqueducts carried life to millions, and its laws and traditions laid the foundations of Western civilization. But despite its immense strength and cultural brilliance, the empire that once seemed eternal began to crumble under its own weight. In the next 10 minutes, we will journey through the glory, the decline, and the ultimate collapse of Rome. The empire that conquered the world, but could not conquer time. At the height of its power, under Emperor Trajan in the year 117 AD, the Roman Empire reached its maximum territorial extent. It controlled lands from the windswept shores of Britain in the west to the deserts of Mesopotamia in the east, covering more than 5 million square kilometers. Over 50 million people, nearly 1/5 of the world's population at the time, lived under Roman authority. Roman engineering was unmatched. Their aqueducts delivered clean water to crowded cities. Their paved roads connected distant provinces in a network that stretched for over 400,000 kilometers. And their arenas, like the Grand Colosseum, were filled with spectacles that entertained citizens on a massive scale. For centuries, it seemed as if Rome had mastered the art of ruling the world. Yet behind the glory and magnificence, dangerous weaknesses began to emerge. Rome's vast empire required enormous resources to sustain its armies, its cities, and its endless expansion. Heavy taxation placed a crushing burden on ordinary citizens, while the empire's over-reliance on slave labor slowed technological progress and created deep social divides. Wars on multiple frontiers drained the treasury, forcing emperors to mint coins with less and less silver content. This debasement of currency caused rampant inflation. Money itself began to lose value, trade suffered, and trust in the empire's economy collapsed. The once prosperous heart of Rome began to bleed wealth, and the empire's strength quietly eroded from within. If Rome's economy was fragile, its politics were in complete disarray. Emperors rose and fell with alarming speed, many meeting violent ends at the hands of rivals, generals, or even their own guards. Between the years 235 and 284 AD, more than 20 emperors were assassinated in what historians call the crisis of the 3rd century. Civil wars erupted repeatedly, dividing provinces and turning soldiers against one another instead of defending the empire's borders. As political stability crumbled, so too did the loyalty of the people. The once unshakable image of Rome as a powerful and eternal empire was slowly replaced by chaos, corruption, and distrust. While Rome was tearing itself apart from within, new threats pressed hard against its weakening borders. Germanic tribes, the Visigoths, Vandals, Ostrogoths, and many others, moved into Roman lands, testing the empire's defenses. Rome had long relied on its powerful legions to hold back invaders, but with armies spread thin and resources dwindling, the frontier could no longer be secured. In the year 410 AD, the unimaginable happened. The Visigoths stormed the city of Rome and sacked it. For the first time in nearly 800 years, the Eternal City had been taken by foreign enemies, sending shockwaves across the known world. only 45 years later, in 455. The Vandals repeated the devastation, looting Rome once again and leaving it scarred and humiliated. The symbol of civilization itself was no longer invincible. It was vulnerable, and the world knew it. By the mid-5th century, the Western Roman Empire was no longer a shadow of its former self. It was a broken and divided land. In 476 AD, the young emperor Romulus Augustulus, barely a teenager, was forced to abdicate his throne by the Germanic general Odoacer. There was no dramatic battle, no final stand of legions. Instead, Rome simply faded away, its authority collapsing like the crumbling stones of its ancient monuments. What had once been the mightiest empire in history had disappeared from the map, leaving behind only fragments of memory, ruins of grandeur, and a legacy that would echo through time. The fall of Rome teaches us a powerful lesson. No empire, no matter how vast, wealthy, or advanced, is immune to decline. Yet even in its fall, Rome's influence endured. Our modern languages, our laws, our architecture, and even our political systems carry the imprint of Rome. The empire may have collapsed more than 15 centuries ago, but in countless ways, Rome still lives within us today.